What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good time out there. It's MrXsee coming back at you again. We're going to go ahead and knock on out the Prestige Cup, season number 48 in the McLaren Vorsteiner 570 VX. So let's go ahead and jump on in. Feel free to interact in the live chat that we have going on. I'm going to be answering questions that pop up as well as providing information. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump on in. Alrighty, as you can see, I start out in my Chiron red as usual. Pick up the most RP, especially when I'm racing bots with that. And when I'm doing all my regular daily races that I can use it for. Knocked out a couple of those today, but I have a bunch of live races to knock out today. So we're going to see what we're going to do. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look over at my VX, and I'll show you guys the tune for it. This is a maxed out tune that I have on it. And let's go ahead, and Jerry's daily bonus is forcing us to collect those 20 keys, so let's go ahead and collect those. Yesterday I picked up my 20,000 crew RP for the crew already. But here go the stats. I'm running 42 of 42 upgrades, 128 out of 128 fusions. And this is what the tune looks like. So my tune currently, I'm running at the BHP 448 at 5.5 seconds for the nitrous. For the final drive, I'm running at 2.97. And for the tire pressure, the ACC is going to be 0 and the grip is going to be 100. And that gives us a grand total of a 713 with a plus 1800. And first question I have about the Dirty 30, did I actually get it? Let's go take a look at rare imports and show you. Ta-da! It's still locked. I did not make a single attempt at pulling a Dirty 30. The reason why I did not make an attempt to get the Dirty 30 is that my inventory, I'll take a quick show, is currently for, yeah, I got a McLaren part earlier for another 570. But looking at my inventory here, for the Dirty 30 I have no stage 6 parts for it. And I made the decision that trying to pull a bunch of coins to get that car would be cool to have in my garage. I like the look of the car, it's definitely different. But the problem I have is I don't have any stage 6, so for the Golden Cup I will not be able to complete it. So I made the decision not to go ahead and to pull for it, but maybe at the end of the stream I'll pull one or two. But that's what the Dirty 30 looks like. Only one set of rims for it. Looks pretty cool. The interior, there's only one interior for it. Calipers, there's only one. So that basically means so far everybody's car is going to look exactly alike because there's only this one here. So maybe they actually have some different variations out there on it. But if you guys have any of that, go ahead and comment below. Hit the live chat up if you have different colors in there and things like that. But for me, I made the decision not to spend a lot of gold keys on it because I won't be able to finish it. You have to run, I believe you have to get down to the 9.4 seconds or the 9.8, which you're going to need some stage 6s. I've seen some people comment that they was able to do it, finish the Dirty 30, and they was able to get it down to the speeds running with 2 stage 6s. I watched someone else do it and they had 4 stage 6s and they still was not fast enough to be able to complete it. So it takes the right stage 6 parts and it takes a good amount of fusions. I have a good amount of fusions, but I don't have stage 6s for it. So with that in mind, I did not actually make any pulls and I wasn't going to try the event. The event looks like it would be fun. I'm all for doing it. But in this particular case, since I'm not able to complete it, no need of trying to pull, you know. I have a whole bunch of keys, but it's a waste trying to pull it off. The 570 VX, I don't believe there's any tunes that take it to 7.7. I believe it tops out at 8.2 seconds. So if you're running a 7.7 in it, that's definitely something different, something unexpected. But let's go ahead and jump on into these races. I got a total of 30 races to knock out here. They've gone back into the old format, which gives us the 180,000 RP at the end. on the very last race because we don't have all those crates in there that like we had before. So let's go ahead and knock out the first one. Alright, so the first race up is looking like it's the green 2014. It's the tier 4 one. Looks kind of nice. And we're going to go ahead and knock this race on out. And I'm going to try to do it as fast as I possibly can. Mostly goods here. And as you can see, I run at about an 8.3 normally. Every now and then I can get into the 8.2. If you go to Facebook and look up CSR2 World Records, I believe the fastest run time is running at 8.273. Anyone running faster than that, if you can get it in a live race, get a screenshot of your win and post it up over there, you'll be able to be on the world record and have that post. So if you're running a 7.733 on yours, then you definitely will be in the world records with that. But you have to do it in live races in order to be there. Now here go 570 VX I'm running up against. Alright, let's go ahead and knock this out. It's going to be a slower race because I wind up getting a couple perfect shifts in there. But still it's an 8.3. 8.364. Now normally in these type of races I like to do them and try to get more money by doing multiple shifting, but that's not going to work out with these because you get low dollar value for the races, so trying to get that extra money is not going to add up too much. So like right here I got $10 for a good shift, and the perfect shift I got $20 for. Alrighty, so here go another 570 VX. That blue actually looks pretty nice. Nice little satin blue it looks like. Well, let's go ahead and rev it on up. In this one, the key to getting the faster times is running in the goods. When you get the perfects, you're going to actually run slower. This time I ran an 8.4, in this case an 8.44. So I'm going to be able to complete all 30 of these races. If you're curious, my crew is actually running a wild card right now because we actually have achieved milestone 1, and it's the end of the season, and we run wild cards basically for the end of the season in my crew. Ooh, the Liberty Walk. Oh, this is just a regular Aventador. It has that Liberty Walk Aventador paint job on it though. Alright. Got to get those good shifts if you want to get a faster time. And ran another 8.4. Alrighty. Try to get that perfect shift. There we go. I got more good shifts in there, not so many perfects, and I actually got one early shift, and I pulled out an 8.3. Now one of the problems, picked up that 9,000 crew RP. Hoo-hoo. Now once I get done with these races here and collecting my 300,000, I will be #1 in my crew. Right now, one of my crewmates, Mr. Joystick, he's currently #1, and I'm going to go ahead and take my #1 position in the crew. This season I won't be getting 2 million RP on the crew. I've actually taken off some time there, not racing as much. So 2 million RP I won't be hitting this season. And what's true? True that you checked, or true what? That time I ran an 8.396. Still not my fastest time racing, but you know, not everybody can run that fastest time, especially since I'm a little bit off of 1/10 of a second. Now, if one thing you may have noticed at the top of the screen where the points are at, instead of it providing my current personal RP, it's providing my crew. That's a bug that randomly shows up in the game. It's always there at random, and it shows up for one particular reason. And I can actually show you how to get rid of it as well. But that bug shows up because when you collect crew RP, if you click off of that screen before the personal RP shows back up, it's going to reflect that there. So it's going to show you that person or the crew RP instead of your personal RP. So in order to get that off, you have to collect more crew RP. And once you collect more crew RP, wait for your personal RP to show up. And then once you do that, it'll be your personal RP again. Or you can just force close out of the game. So you don't see you in the crew. You do see me in the crew. I'm number 3. If you look at number 3, that's me. There's only one admin, which is me in the crew, and there's one leader, which is Mad Max. And that's it. Everybody else is just members in the crew. Does anyone want to race me at 639 BHP? We don't race at BHPs. That's your nitros. Live races is actually matched up primarily based off of your dyno time, but there's also some other magic that goes into the synchronization of people for being able to race against each other. So Deadpool, if you want people to race you, you got to provide some dyno times in the lobbies that you go into. The White Venom GT. I like the matte colors on that car. They got a black matte. This one is a white one. It has the shiny tones to it. If it was a white matte, it'd probably look pretty wicked. So once again, Deadpool, if you want to do live races with people, that's the only way you can race against anybody else as an actual person. I ran an 8.362 that time. I think that's the fastest of the day. But if you want to race against people, you got to provide your dyno times. If you're not familiar with how to get your dyno times, I'll show you how to do that once I run out of fuel. So I got 2 more drives right here, and I jump on out and go back to the garage, and I'll show you what the dyno times look like and how to find them. There's 2 ways. One dyno time is going to be the system established variable of how fast you can go, and then the other variable is how fast you can actually drive it. So let's see here. Perfect start. Too many good shifts, too many perfect shifts. Get a couple extra dollars and that's about it. Knives on the first shift, immediately the third, then good shifts. Think that's what it's going to take? Alright, let's go ahead and try that now. So collect my 20 gold coins, add to my stockpile. So I'm going to NOS, hit it up to third, and then good shifts after that. Let's see how that works out. This is a white 570 VX that shows up now. Shiny, not too bad. That satin looks real nice. Alright, 3, 2, 1, perfect. I didn't shift up immediately to third. I hit the NOS as soon as it went. I have to try that again. Alright, so now that I collected crew RP, 15,000, if you look up at the top, I'm not going to click anything just yet. My personal RP shows up. Now I can go ahead and click, and my personal RP stays up there. Well, look at that. Just ranked up, 515. 25 bronze keys. They killing me with that. Actually, I posted a video earlier today where I was able to successfully complete my daily battle race number 2000. So 2 ways of getting your values here for your dyno. You can pay the $250 for tier 5. Then ask, are you sure? You click confirm, and this tells you how fast the car can actually run, which in this case 8.290. And my times are in miles per hour. Your times might be in kilometers per hour. You can change that inside of your settings. It's a personal choice, but the times are going to always be the same. Yeah, see, the time, my car doesn't run 14 seconds. So I won't be able to race you with this particular car. Now I'm going to do a test run right here. And I wish they get rid of that pop-up. You click the test run and it pops up and asks, do you want to confirm? I wish they'd just go ahead and drop them in there. Or instead of actually confirming, they give you the option for the half mile or the quarter mile. If that was a pop-up, I'll be worth clicking on that. But ask me, am I sure I want to do it? I'm good with that. I'm going ahead and try to test my shifting up to third gear after I hit the NOS. Alright, I can't see if I hit the NOS quick enough or not. Sometimes I tap the NOS and sometimes I don't tap the NOS. Alrighty, that time I ran an 8.335. Well, hey, if you can run an 8.24 in yours, get a screenshot from a live race and go post it over there with the world's fastest records, and then you can have your name up on the wall of fame. Because the record is at 8.267, I believe, or 8.273, one of those two. But if you go look on Facebook and look up CSR 2 World Records, you'll be able to find those and get that screenshot and post up. But the record has to be actually ran in a live race. They don't accept records ran in regulations. They don't accept records done there in the tune screen. So let's grab some more fuel and let's jump back on in there. Tapping on the fuel icon and look, I can't buy fuel. Great. That's a good little glitch. Can I buy fuel now? Nope. I still can't buy fuel. Now this is fun. How do you complete races when you can't buy fuel? Alright, let's see, no gas. Will this pop me in the fuel screen? There we go. It wouldn't let me buy fuel. I had to go to the no gas screen in order to get fuel. Now that is definitely a stinkeroonie. Well, let's go ahead and jump back into the races there. Alrighty. The white 2014 R8, the tier 4 version again. Not too bad looking in white. Alright, I did the shifting a little bit better. I shifted up this time at least. I am running a little bit faster by doing that. It is definitely down in the lower 8.3s now. This time it was an 8.364, whereas before it was an 8.65. I think I had an 8.35 as well. But we're going to go ahead and keep tinkering around with that while I talk with you guys. Hey, if it's an 8.92, that's what you run. That 8.24, no one's going to believe you there, buddy. You can do screenshots and videos all you want, but I often encourage, create a video, throw it up on YouTube, show your times. That adds to the fun and adds to the complexity of actually allowing people to be more competitive. You know, if you can be a world breaker, beat them. Jump up there, beat on your chest, proclaim your fastness. This is close to an 8.2, 8.324. Zoom, zoom, beep, beep. I can down tune cars that can run at 8.192. I have plenty of cars in my garage. Do I drive those cars? No. But I can make this car run a 14.192. It's all about tuning. You can tune your cars faster, you can tune your cars slower, you can add upgrades, you can take away upgrades. You can make everything happen however you want to. So cars can run whatever you want them to run. As long as you got the parts on them to begin with, you can make them go faster until they go their fastest. You can make them go slower until they get to their slowest. Let's try this again. All right. That time I did a couple early shifts in there at the beginning. I may have done too many. But is that an 8.317 it showed? 8.345. Okay, I was about to say my eyes is fooling me there. Yeah, regulations is fun and all, but regulations don't get you enough points. This particular car, if you're running a regulation, you're going to get a 224. If you made this car one of your elite licenses, then it goes up to the 234, I think. So you just don't get enough points. This game is all about the points that you get. So fooling around with regulation races is not everybody's cup of tea. Consistent money, because you can run this race and look what I'm running. I'm running an 8.3 and 8.4 against these cars, and they're running 13 seconds. So at the end of the day, this is easy money. In this particular case, this is a low value race, but I can run this car and make almost $16,000 by running a regulation race. Once I get done with everything, maybe I'll do that in this particular car, show you the things that I do to earn extra money. Nice. My Fiesta, I believe I ran a 11.9 in there, the fastest in there. I haven't really drove it a whole lot, but recently I started tinkering around with it, and I was impressed with how fast I was able to get it to go now. They have been making some changes. Once I'm done with the Prestige Cup, then we can talk about doing live races. But until the Prestige Cup is over, I'm not doing any changes to the car and doing any live races. So once this is over, then you can come back and ask me about changing it, and we'll see what we can do. But at this point in time, I'm not going to be doing any live races, because this is the Prestige Cup races. So once this is over, Deadpool, then we can try to sync up with a 14.192 and see what we can do. But at this point in time, this is going to be the Prestige Cup. Velocity 46 says he'll see if he can try it and find you. So if you guys want to jump on out and try to do some live races against each other now, you guys can try to link up. But for me, that's not going to be the task at this very moment. This moment, I'm trying to get faster than an 8.3. I'm trying to hit that 8.2. So far, I've been very bad with trying to hit that. I don't hit 8.3 consistently. The 570 VX can run an 8.290 as per the dyno. The world record is 8.27, I believe. I'm nowhere close to that. I'm about a 1/10 of a second off, maybe half or what is it? Not a 1/10, but 100. I'm probably half of 100 off. So 0.05 or 0.1 off, depends. Alright. And there we go. All good shifts, 2 earlies, and I ran an 8.3. This should probably show up as an okay 8.4. 8.357. So yep, I'm a little bit less than not a half of a second, but more like a 1/10, a little bit less than a 1/10 of a second off. So I'm a couple hundredths of a second off from the fastest that the world record holds. All right, let's see here. And so far, so good. How's the audio? Is the game sound coming through clearly, or is the game sound rather low? I don't want the game sound to dominate, and it's kind of hard for me to hear everything that's going on while I'm actually doing the recording with the live streaming with you guys. All right, let's go ahead and knock out the next one. Ooh, a white 1-1. Not bad, not bad at all. Still got the Christmas holiday thing going on with the racetracks. Last year they actually changed it out midway through January, so probably the next update that we get is going to be the same. We'll have to wait and see. The snow is a little outdated, you know. I'm a big fan of it. That's an 8.331 I just ran. But I'm a big fan of it. I enjoy the snow when it comes around. But it can get outdated. One feature I wish they would implement into the game would be kind of cool. Kind of like a time of day scenario. So when you're racing during the daytime hours, you're racing during the daytime, and if you're racing at night, the device picks up your time and be like, oh, this is night hours, let's go ahead and put the night theme on. That'd be a cool little feature that they add in there. Not sure what requirements or what limitations that the phone manufacturers put into knowing the time of the device and things like that. So Android devices or Apple devices, if they'll allow you to do that, but if they had that access to that function, that'd be a cool feature. You know, how cool would it be to see you go into a race and see the sun starting to come up? That'd be a fun race. Let's see here. Okay, looks like Velocity and Deadpool are going to go meet up in live races. Hope you guys can meet up. You know, it's always cool to be able to find other people to swap with. Is that both your names? Maybe exchange your crew names as well. That way you can make sure that you guys find each other. Because names are sometimes easy to basically have duplicates of. Same thing with crew names. But it probably would be wise to have the crew name and the name that you guys have reflected. Ah, that's Mr. JME. You're down in Australia. Alright. I messed that one up real bad. This might be an 8.5 second race. Nope, this is an 8.32. This is an 8.3 race as well. 8.38. Let's see what my prize is this time. Alright, I got 50 gold coins. We're on race number 21, so that means we have 9 more races to go. This new next race feature, it just makes these things fly by. I hope they implement the regulations one back, because that 20 regulation races takes forever to go to your garage, go to the racing screen, go to the regulation, do the regulation, go to your garage, go to the racing screen, go to the regulation race. All that loading and loading time makes regulations drag on forever. So doing 20 regulation races can take you 20-30 minutes. And you know, that's a long period of time. JME is in Mob 2. Ran an 8.4 that time. See, crappy times. I can run faster than that. Now imagine me taking that into live races and racing against people. Sure, share something funny. It's always good to have jokes. As long as it's not explicit and graphic and things like that, of course. Everybody's sense of humor is different. Alrighty, let's see here. Alright, this might be one of my fastest times. I didn't get any perfect shifts out of it, and I was able to flip on over, and not my fastest time. 8.6, 8.7. Yep, 3.7. Oh well, it's okay. But yeah, if I take this car into the live races, the lobbies that I'm going to go into, people are going to be running 8.1, maybe even 8.0 seconds against me, and very rarely will I get a win. You know, one out of every 5 or 6 races, maybe one out of every 7 or 8 races, I'll be able to get a win. So tuning your car is definitely better. Tune your car towards the lobbies where you can be the leader of the lobby and not one of the ones running in the back. Because when you get into lobbies like that, that's an 8.324 for me. But when you get into the lobbies, when you're always losing races, it's because you tuned your car as fast as it can go, and that time that as fast as it can go is in the wrong lobby for you. So you need to go into a slower lobby. So if you tune your car and you run at, you know, a 9.3, and everybody you race against is running 9.2s and 9.1s, then you should tune your car back to a 9.4 or 9.5, and that way you have a better chance of getting into the 9.6 lobby or a 9.5 lobby. What's up, Miguel? Welcome aboard. Thanks for joining in. Feel free to poke around, ask any questions. We're all here to network and engage and have a little fun with each other while completing the Prestige Cup. And also, while I'm doing this, I'm answering questions, and I'm also attempting to run faster than 8.3. 324 is my fastest time now. See what the fastest I can get. This particular time I didn't put up the time, so my fastest time. I forgot to do that this time. But next time I plan on doing that again. I did it for the Z06 races, and it was kind of fun to see how fast I can go. So I'm going to do it again with the next one more than likely. It's always good to keep track of your times when you have maxed out cars and see if you have a chance of getting that world record. So if you can get the world record, go for it. Nothing wrong with having a world record. I got a perfect shift in there, so this is going to be an 8.4 probably. And nope, late 8.3s. So you like playing this game called Critical Ops, and I was just kicking me out, and I got mad and told the creators of the game to F off and you got banned. Well, sometimes it's not necessarily fun to actually express everything that you think. Sometimes it is good to have a little patience. So it's not fun that you got yourself banned, especially just by being upset at the game. But hopefully that was a learning lesson for you to sometimes just take a step back with whatever you have going on, and before you speak, think how that will actually be. So if it's something that you really enjoy, something that you want to do more of, then you definitely want to consider what you say and what you do. If it's something that you just truly don't care about, you know you're never going to be worried about it again, then feel free to say it. You know, sometimes you want to keep bridges there so you can cross again, and other times you just burn the bridges down because you're never going to walk across them again. So in this particular case, you burned the bridge down and you won't be crossing it again. Maybe next time you'll be able to keep the bridge stable and just don't use it. Alrighty, 170 gold coins. Let's go ahead and jump on into race number 28. Alrighty, the white GT. If you guys ever notice, the same names always drive the same cars. They may change the paint jobs on them, but it's always going to be the same names. So if you ever pay attention to your regulation races, look at the cars that show up and then look at the names. You'll always see it's going to be the same name people. Like in this case, if the Ford GT was to ever show up again, it'll be Sarah. It may not be a white car, but it'll probably be a green one or a blue one, or maybe even the black one. So pay attention to that next time you guys are doing your races. That's a cool little tidbit, neato fact. So there I picked up a Vorsteiner 570 VX. Now I'm curious if they're going to actually break up these cars in the near future, because I picked up a stage 6 part earlier. I think it was for the body as well, and it just said 570S, and now this one says the Vorsteiner 570 VX. Currently in the inventory they're the same parts, but I'm curious if they're going to do, because that's the same thing they did a long time ago with the Dodge Viper. The Dodge Viper GTS and the Dodge Viper ACR was basically the same parts, and then at some point they stripped them out and made them individuals. So I wonder if they're going to do the same thing with the 570 VX versus the 570S. There go Harvey in the 1-1, and he's in the white one again. Someone pointed out back when maybe it was the Fate of Furious, I don't know, it was a while ago, some of the races, they point out that all the cars was white. No, it's the Prestige Cup. It was the BMW M4 GTS Prestige Cup season. And they're like, all the cars are white. And I'm like, no, they're not. I was like, are they? So when I finally did it, the first few cars that I raced against were all white. And the last, I think the last 10 cars or 15 cars were white. So now we're coming up on race number 30. You spend $50 on your account or $850. The last race is going to be against a white VX. And of course I blew it out the water. As expected when you have a fully maxed out car. Ran an 8.364. collect that 180,000 RP. And do I want to jump back? Well, yeah, I'll go do a live race real quick, show you guys what it looks like. But before I do that, I'll show you my status in the crew as #1, especially since my crewmate Anonymous Gang says that I'm not in the crew. Ta-da! Told you I was going to take that #1 spot. Joystick was #1 at that time, but I knew that I had enough points when I collected 300,000 from the Prestige to be able to overtake them. So currently the crew is 1,617 now, and currently we're running a wild card. We have 1 hour 3 minutes left on it, so that's why I've been getting an additional RP off of those races. And once again, like I said, collect our milestones since we have 29 of them to collect. $50 US is a lot, but you can always spend more. So yes, it's a lot, but there's always the ability to spend more, especially if you take a look at the cost of these. 16,500 gold, $99.99. 125 gold keys, $99.99. 1 million cash, $99.99. So yeah, $50 is a lot, but there's always more that you can collect. I didn't collect the rest of my prizes there. I got distracted talking about how much all that money was. Yeah, you guys are much further ahead than we are. We are more of a laid back crew. We don't fight to get to the higher prizes. Oh, congratulations, 50 more. Okay. Don't know what I got 50 more for, but I'll take the 50 more. Ah, I collected the wrong one. Jeez. I didn't click on that. Why did I click on that? I clicked up here on prizes. So, with you being 6 million more, 6 million more, you're probably in the 500 to 1,000. So you get the added benefit of giving 100 bronze more, 10 more gold coins, and $10,000. So that's a lot more work. I do have a bunch of bums in my crew, and I say bums with love and affinity because we actually have a good group of members who've been around for a long time. But I do have a number of members that don't receive, consistently over 500,000 per season due to various different things that's going on with them in their lives. So if everybody picked up and was accumulating 500,000 or more, then we will probably be in the 1,000 range or the 900 range. But we don't fight or struggle for that as a crew because the prizes are not that much of a difference. When you look up there, you finally start getting keys, silver keys, when you get to 26th to 50th, and those crews are getting anywhere from 40 to 50 or more million points. So that's a lot of more work. See, 717. Is there a difference in your price between 717th and 910? Yeah, $50 is a lot of money. It's a lot of money, and I do work. But as I said, it's a matter of perspective. There's always more money of the costing of things. So $50 is a lot to one person. In this case, it's $500,000. But $100 is $1 million. So now I'm going to go ahead and collect these prizes, and I'm going to go ahead and jump on in live races. Oh yeah, by the way, Velocity, was you able to go find Deadpool? I know that he said that he was going that they was going to go to live races, and that you was going to go to live races and see if you guys can find each other. So if anybody want a live race, jump on into the 8182 lobby. I'm gonna do 2, maybe 3 races with this car, and then I'm gonna jump on out and see if I can find somebody to swap with. Just because this went extremely fast, which I expected it to. There was no tuning that was required. My crew has selected everything already. Yeah, that's the problem with doing live races and hooking up. A lot of times, and I'm going to give you guys a demo of this, you go in and out of a lobby, you're actually in the exact same lobby. So you're not actually going in and out of two lobbies, you're going in and out of one lobby if you go in and out twice. And that's no fun, especially when you're trying to swap. So milestones complete. Great work on completing all the prize milestones. Your hard-earned Plymouth Cuda MrXsee Weaver Customs will be delivered at the end of the season. What this message means is the car is not actually a milestone that you claim. You don't get the car because you click on the milestone to claim it. This car is actually a prize that's at the end of the season. So when you look at the prizes here, currently my crew will receive 100 bronze keys, 20 gold coins, and the car. It's an end of the season prize. So you don't actually have to claim the car in order to get the car at the end of the season. You only have to be in a crew that actually gets it at the end of the season and when the prizes are all calculated out. So that's something that I see a lot of people talk about. And a lot of people love to talk, oh, we need to be in that, we need to be in that. I need to join a crew that hasn't claimed the car. You don't have to be in a crew that has not claimed the car. You just have to be in a crew that finished the season with 20 million points or more, and when the prizes are rewarded, you're still in that crew. If you change out before the prizes are rewarded, it's a good chance you may not get it. So that's a little food for tip of advice for you guys. My 720S is actually slow. I don't have a lot of parts on it. So if I jump into that car, I don't even drive it. I have it fitted up, but I haven't even drove it. I got a couple points there. Sitting for the 12,000 for that. I have points for that to collect. And then the crew season ends 1 day and 9 hours. 1 day and 9 hours, the season ends. And then we'll be able to all jump on out and collect our cars. Everybody that's over 20 million. So look at these super rock stars here. Elite Outlaws, 1.9 million RP, 1.9 million RP, 1.8 million RP, 1.3 million RP, 199. That's more like my speed. Run slow. But yeah, there's a lot of people that gets a lot of points. Let's go ahead and try to race this guy. Nope, can't race him. All right, let's go ahead and try to race this guy. Nope. Oh, yep, finally get a chance. Seen everybody disappearing there. Thought I wouldn't be able to race him. He refused to race. Come on, man. Let's try to race this guy. He's in the 570 VX as well. Maybe I can get a chance to beat him. Nope, couldn't race him. Hey, Michael the Hackbuster. He has 529,000 RP. That means he's going to destroy me. That car runs real weird. It has a super fast starting pattern on it. I definitely don't drive these McLaren cars and how they're tuned very quickly. Let's see what I can do. Lines up. Froze on me. Yay. Up. Nope, didn't catch him. Alrighty. See, he ran an 8196. Clearly something I can't even touch with this car. I ran an 8.388. Not a bad time for me, but it can run an 8.2. And see, this is the problem I tell you about the lobbies. You get matched up in these lobbies, and when you tune your car as fast as it can go, a lot of times you wind up going in faster lobbies. And when you go in faster lobbies, up he got, looks like close to 2,000 RP off of me. But when you go into those faster lobbies, you're not able to win races against those people because you're in a lobby that's faster than what your car can go. So let's go ahead and check out Hobbs Roadrunner and see what lobby I show up in here. Actually, I think this is the bad tune. I think I get put into the super fast lobbies with this tune. I basically stall out and lose all the races. Can't race against Dante. Let's try the live Ferrari. Lord Vlad from Speed Demons. All right, anybody got any questions or anything they want to talk about? Lord Vlad disconnected. Ah. Yeah, that glitch happens all the time. Up, I had a bot. I can't even race the bot. Bummer me. Bummer me. Forewarned. Let's go race Forewarned from Relentless. Patrick Magno. See if I can connect to a bot. Can't lose a race that I can't connect to. Unless you're talking about the bot, which the bot I'm gonna like totally annihilate. Totally annihilate. Even collected a couple free dollars off the race. And just like that, $15,875 and 1,700 RP. I'll buy that for $1. Let's see if I can get a person to race. Texas Storm. He refused to race. That green looks kind of wicked there. Alright, let's go ahead and get out this lobby and come back in. Looks like I'm in the same lobby. Alright, so just to show you guys the example about the lobbies. This is Swap and King Atif. There go EO Legend and BWMP or BWOP. I've noticed that's an erratic thing. I noticed sometimes races won't start when the countdown timer gets below 15. I know there's other times that they kick off sometimes in 6 or 7. I think it really depends upon the other end of the person. 2 million RP for Nismo. Elite Outlaws with the purple Aventador, the LB model. That person got all the stage 6s on their car. We all get legendary. It's based on your crew. If one of you guys from my crew can find me in the lobby, let me know what time. We'll jump into the same lobby. If you can run a 7.7 in your 720, go jump in your 720 and come into the lobby. And I'll show you that you have legendary on your status. Legendary is a crew-based topic. So based on your crew and the status, that's what you get the legendary for. Our crew has legendary status. So if you ever find our crewmates in there, you'll be able to see that we have that. I raced many of our different crewmates, so that's how I know that we have legendary status. You'll never see it for yourself. It always just says busy for you, and that's it. But Anonymous Gang, like I said, if you go jump in your 720, you'll get up into this lobby, and I should be able to see you and show you that you have legendary. Oh wow, that was definitely a weird looking. Let's see if I can get a perfect start. I'm not going to run as fast in this time. Trying to give me a couple extra dollars. Finish the race. 9-7. Picked up a little bit less coins than the other car. The other car had more coins. Rats. Alright. 2.1 million, 2.1 million. Krabby's on ice. Alright, let's go ahead and 15 years old and got a second phone. Pretty darn nifty there, kid. Alright, this one I'm going to run as fast as I can get it to go so you can see the times on it. And there we go. I ran an 8.0. What did I do? Wasn't supposed to run that slow. Alright, got a 1600. I ran an 8.0 in this car. Jeez, where's my 7.0 car? I need fuel. I need fuel. Pick up that cash. Let's see how fast this guy runs. I don't drive the GTX Roadrunner very fast. Hey, welcome back. Couldn't connect to Outlaw Dean. Trying to connect to Benny Ben. Benny Ben. I wonder if that's a little graphics bug. It pops up and shows you the car. I didn't even have a rim on it. He's gonna blow me out the water. And there he goes. And yeah, he ran a 7.5. Yep, he ran a 7.2. I ran a 7.6. You're running in the 9.6 lobby. Sure, let me go ahead and jump on over to that. Hold on, let me try to get the Anonymous to find me. After Anonymous tries to find me, fish and chips. After Anonymous finds me, I want to get him to show because he's in my crew and he wants to see the legendary status. Wow, those bouncing of the screens there is definitely wicked. Alright. The flame just blowing all out of the back of the car. Just vroom, vroom. And finished up the live race. 7.619. Took over 4 seconds for the bot to finish. 4 seconds. You hear me? 4. Do I need to go in and out of the lobby, Anonymous, to find you? Because I know sometimes you can get locked into a lobby and you actually don't. Because I'm clearly in a faster lobby than what I run. Now, I'm not going to race this guy. That's going to be a waste of fuel. 1 quick second. Like throwing up my goats. Nope, same lobby. Oh, there you go. See, you got legendary status on top of you, but you only got 54,000 points. What's up with that? You slacking off on us? You're not accumulating points for the crew? I think we might have to find a new shoot for you to fit in. All right, ready, set, go. Seems like you're not ready. Thought we was gonna go. Ready, set, go. Got a couple perfect shifts in there, so you're probably gonna come up and pass me. Nope, you didn't pass me. I won. Hooray! I beat my crewmate. See type of RP I get off of you. I'll let you know how swapping, if it'd be good or not, based off of the RP. So actually we can swap and get decent RP off of each other. Based off of the 1400 that I got, you're gonna close to the same as well as 1700. Go ahead and hit the rematch on me. I guess you're not rematching. Maybe it's broke for you. And let me get you, hopefully we're in the same lobby, because that happens too, you get kicked out of the lobby. Nope, shows you it's busy. Phased. Come on, Slowpoke. This is live. This isn't MrXsee. There you go. This time you're going to get the chance to win, and then you're going to pop back what type of RP that you got. All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1. That should be enough. There you go. And you went on to pass me on up. Zoom, zoom, beep, beep. Alrighty. So you ran a 7750. And what type of RP did you get? Yep. So see, we're a good swapping match here. We're basically getting the same RP, so we can swap back and forth. It's always better to get more RP. So you know, if you can get, instead of 1400 for the race, if you can get 1600, 1700, then that'd be great. But both parties have to get that amount. If one party's getting 2000 RP, that means that the other party's probably getting 700 to 800 RP. So that's not going to be a good swapping match. So that's a little food for thought with you guys who like to do the swapping. Know your RP and know your values, so you can know if you're getting a good swap or not. You know, the knockout range is roughly between 1400 to 1600. If you're getting that much in that range, you have a good swapping partner. If you're getting more than 1600, or if you're getting less than 1400, then it's a good chance that you guys are not swapping partners very good. So that means that at the end of the day, you guys are not going to be able to get enough points. So one person is going to be under, the other person is going to be over. You can balance that out by winning and losing. So if you're getting 2000 RP and the other person is getting 800 RP, to balance that out, simply start, oh, I should have waited. I should have waited. I should let the countdown timer get to 8, or I typically let it get down to 8 first, and then once I let it get down to 8, then it'll work. So that's a food for thought. If you're ever trying to swap with someone, especially if you're trying to use them as a swap partner, let the timer tick down to below 10 seconds and then hit the rematch button, and then the game won't lock you out and kick you off of the swapping. So for anybody that gets that problem where it disconnects you like that, just let the timer get down to 10 seconds and then hit the swap button or the rematch button. Then the game should connect you guys up with no problem. You don't have to let it go lower than 10 seconds. So once it starts at the 15, like I said, let it get down to 15 and then, yep, there you go, passing on by. Once it starts off at 15, don't immediately hit rematch. When it gets to 10, hit the rematch and then you should be able to do it without no problem. Alright, so hit the rematch button. I'm not a big fan of this great offer. It pops up with the 5 races and it pops up with 2 races. When you're swapping like that, it's highly annoying. It's also highly annoying when it pops up when you're in the middle of doing the 10 races. Or not 10 races, but you're doing like the events where you're doing multiple races back to back to back. That happens and you're burning through fuel relatively quickly. So literally in 20 seconds, 30 seconds, definitely less than a minute, you can have 2 pop-ups for fuel back to back in essence, it feels like. Alright. And there we go. Zooming on down. Got the win. So now next time when you hit the rematch, I'm going to let it get down to 10 seconds and then hit it, and then you're going to see that we're going to connect up with no problem. So for everybody that's looking to swap with people, when you run into that, if you definitely want to swap with that person, let it tick down to 10 seconds and then hit the rematch button to accept it with them. So right now, he can hit rematch, boom, I'll get the notice, and that's fine. But it's on this screen here is where you need to wait. So where it says race, let that timer tick down to 10 seconds, and just like that, let's go race. What? It broke again? Bad example, bad example. All right, hey, Velocity, are you still around? So it is 8 seconds, not 10 seconds. Boo hoo hoo. Collect a couple extra dollars off the race since this is my race to lose. Alright, once I burn out these last couple fuel pips, I'll refuel and I'll go jump in the car that runs 9.6. I have to take a look around and see, because the car I typically drive runs into the 9.4 lobbies, and I actually run a 9.6 in it. Actually, we may see each other in there. I think we swapped before. JME, yeah, I definitely think we swapped before. Because you had a different name before. JME now, but you had a different name. Yeah, we swapped before. So I'll be in the Chiron red. Like I said, that car runs a 9.6. Almost everybody in my lobby runs 9.4s and 9.5s. I sometimes can do a 9.69. I mean a 9.59 in it, but typically I run 9.6s in it. And everybody I run against runs 9.4s, 9.5s. It's like, yeah, that works out really good there. So now I'm gonna wait till it get down to 8 seconds and then hit the rematch button. Yep. And there we go, rematch worked. So if you guys ever run into that problem and you know you want to rematch with somebody, let it get down to 8 seconds and then hit the rematch button and then it'll work. So yeah, like I said, after I burn this fuel out, I'll jump into the Chiron red and we can go swap in that. Get my crewmate here. Get him some more points, especially since he's behind at 54,000 RP. Don't know what he's been doing all season. Waiting on bets. Waiting on bets. Let it get to 8 seconds. Boop. Race. And then you'll get the swapping partner. It's real random. You race with some people and you immediately hit the race button and it works, and other people you gotta let the timer tick down. No reason, no rhyme. You have no clue who they are at all. These cars look wicked nice. They did a really good job of making these cars in this game. Hey, I got a perfect start on there. I feel special. I feel special. I got a perfect start. I don't get those that often. I like getting them because you get that $500. That $500 adds up. Alright. So, yo, Anonymous Gang, I'm going to go and jump off with you, and I'm going to go jump into the Chiron Red and jump into the 9-6 lobby. Hey, Anonymous. I'm not Anonymous. Velocity. Do you do the same thing too? Do you run against cars in that lobby that run 9-4s and 9-5s? Because you call it the 9-6 lobby like I call it, because that's what my car runs. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's no bueno. Alright, so Chiron Red. And so this is what a dyno's at. 9546. And when I actually run it, well, it showed you at 54,000 there, so I don't know what you have versus what it's showing, unless you're one of those hackers that got those cheats. Yeah, see, every time I'm in the lobby, I always run against those 9-4 and 9-5 racers. So I ran a 9-6 in it. So I clearly don't run as fast as it can go. But like I said, I get into people who race 9-4s all the time. So there we go. Let's go up against Ava. Let's see what he runs. Alright, he's running in a regular Huracan, the 610-P. Just jump started. Those cars zoom off and then you have to chase them down. And let's see what he ran that time. So I ran a 9.6, he ran a 9.6. Yeah, crew status not personal RP. See, my personal RP is 525,000. So crew RP is different than personal IP. So 525,905. So yeah, you have more crew RP, but you don't have more personal RP. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Velocity, are you able to find me? Do I need to go in and out? Not for sure if you jump back in there or not. So did you make it the top 5 in the crew yet? Or are you still outside the top 5? There I go, losing again. Yay. He ran a 9.568. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and jump out and come back in. Yeah, more RP and it dropped. Interesting. I run into this June racer all the time. I don't race these cars at all because those cars always run faster than me. I've yet to run into one of those in this lobby and they run faster. Told you, June racer. This guy always challenges me. Always. I think he ran a 9.3 against me once. He was in a different car, this racer. I was like, really, you gonna run a 9.3 against me? And then you want to rematch me again? Jeremy, Stooner Weed. That's not going to connect. Looking for races. There we go. And you lost me because of June Racer. This guy is annoying. Whoever this racer is, they see me all the time and always want to race. I'm like, no, I'm not going to race you. You don't blow my wheels off and then expect me to keep wanting to race you. I guess it's going to time out on us trying to race. Now this is no fun. Not able to race with anybody. Looking for races again. I'm gonna check real quick and see where I'm at stats wise. Yep, I gotta come up with 25,000 more in less than 4 hours. Actually, I need to get 75,000 more. I should be at 600,000. All right, let's try again. Nope, looks like it's the same lobby. No, there's different racers here. David Carey, 2,892,000. That's impossible. The maximum amount of points you can get is 2.1 million. So whenever you see people with extremely high RP, anything over 2.1 million know that they're cheating, they're hacking. I seen one racer had 10 million RP. A couple of days ago they had 8 million, and now they got 10 million RP. Straight hacking and cheating. Race them at your own leisure, but don't expect to be able to win against those people. You cap out at 300,000 a day, and 3 times 7 is 2,100,000. So 300,000. So anytime you catch people like that, feel free to report them if that's what you want. I typically don't report them because all they do is change up their information and keep doing, or if they get their account banned, they just create a new account and keep racing. So reporting them is a waste of time. But one type of cheater that I do actually think is cool is the people that give you money hacks. They can turn around and give you anywhere from 500,000 cash on up to millions of dollars in relative ease and super quick and easy. So if you ever find people give money, stop at 1 billion. Otherwise, you could potentially cause it to crash and you lose everything that you just earned for free. Money is cool. Money is real fun. You can do a whole lot with money. So if you can get money, get money. Everybody does the hacks differently. Some people does the hack. Ooh, look at that. That's clearly a cheater. He got that new Corvette. The 1,819,922. That new Corvette is not even available in the game, and he doesn't even have the gold or the purple star version. He has the gold star of it. Andre. Don't want to race you, Andre. Alright, so I got 10 more minutes left of the stream. Then I'm going to go ahead and be ending it at that point in time. Let's see if I can find you again, split second, if we can actually meet up. Starboard. Let's go ahead and lose to this racer. I've had hack money before, and it broke my game. I got 1.7 billion or something like that, and I raced them again, and it broke the game. I was at 1.4, 1.5 billion, something like that, and it broke the game. I had to contact support and had to get my money released. They fixed it and restored it. One of the problems for me that I had with it was I actually erased somebody else who had hacked the game, and they gave me 5 million. So they took all the money that I got from that racer plus all my other money. So I wound up losing all kinds of money. I originally had 51 million, and when support gave me my money back, I was at 46 million. And they told me that, yeah, you had erased 2 different people who had hacked, and they gave you 5 million. And no fun at all to lose the money. Have a good, nice little wad of cash, you know, running around, buying anything and everything that you want, to being broke again. So whoever that hacker is or that cheater over there, they're busy. Yesterday, actually, I ran into some people that was in more than likely the LaFerrari Apprenta. When you go into those super fast lobbies, you can find those racers. They actually race with the car cover on. The car cover, just like it shows up in the buy cars when you go in there and you look at the LaFerraris, and not the LaFerrari, but the 70th anniversary Ferraris. Yeah, that car shows up in the live races. And people actually raced them, and people in Global said they raced when they got the car cover on them still. And someone said they ran a 9.5. No, they said they ran a 5.9 or a 5.6. And I was like, well, if you're gonna hack and you're gonna cheat, you might as well do it big. Alright, velocity, looks like whatever lobby you're in, we're not matching up right now. I've been in and out a couple times and haven't been able to see you. No, it was, there we go. Found your velocity. Yeah, it was the 6.9 for the Apprenta that person ran. Someone ran a 5.9 in the Centenario. They had the Android version of the Centenario. And yeah, they hacked it and ran a 5.9. Boy, I just cracked up and laughed. Couldn't believe that someone would hack the game to make a car run 5.9. It almost ran 500 miles an hour, it showed on the screen for me. 500. I got a screenshot of that one. God, like, that's going in the collection of hacks and cheats. And there you go, passing me on up. Oh, you slow down so I will win. Being nice to me, I see. See, I ran a 9.7. See, I run slow. Oh, I got 19. I got close to 2,000. So if you rematch me, more than likely you're going to get probably 700 to 800 RP. Are you going to rematch? And I'm waiting here. Maybe it bugged out on your side and won't let you rematch me. Alright, going back to the lobby now. Make sure you guys check the description for links and things like that and other information I have on there. So if you want to download the game or you're interested, you can click those links. Or if you're interested in the music that's in the background, you can be able to play that as well. Alright, now it won't let me connect to you. This is like totally uncool. Finally get a chance to race you, and you run slow so I can win. And then now it's telling me I can't connect. Looking for racers. Dude, where's my car? Nacho Mustacho. I don't find bots very often no more. It used to be fun to find bots. Be able to get a lot of easy points. Now the lobbies are full of bad racers. Alright, let's see if you can. If you're in this lobby, if you're not, then I'm going to jump out and jump back in. Nope, don't see you there. Now, if you're ever trying to swap with people, it's always best to have some way of communicating with them. Whether you're using Line, whether you're using Slack, utilizing Kick, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, whatever means you have available to be able to communicate with them. Text messages, phone calls, however. If you guys are swapping with each other and you're trying to find each other, this is the coolest tip that I can give you guys. Communication is key, so be on some type of communication. But if you're actually talking, like through audio, FaceTime, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, phone calls, FaceTime audio, Google Hangouts, things like that. When you come into the lobby, look and see who your first couple racers are. If they're not who's in that other person's lobby, then go out and come back in. Because lobbies basically are exactly duplicate for each racer that's in the lobby. So the first 3, 4, 5 racers are all going to be identical. So if you come into the lobby and you don't see your racers are Pushkin, Juggernaut, or Slow Motion, then pop out and pop back in. What I typically do when I'm actually talking with someone, we alternate. So I come into the lobby, and if my first 3 racers are not theirs, then I jump out, they jump out, and then they come back in. That makes it faster to come back and forth in and out of lobbies with the chance of getting into the same lobbies. Because if only one person is going in and out, there's a good chance you're going to wind up in the same lobby over and over and over. But with both parties going in and out, it gives you a greater opportunity to change the lobbies that you're in. All right, well, you have a good one, Velocity. Good getting at least one race in with you. I definitely got to race with you again and get you the points back. This is Thiago RP swap. Let's see if he's going to swap with me from Red Line. Now, like I said, in this lobby, I'm going to lose. Because I always lose, you know. But let's see if he swaps with me. This is one of the big complaints that people always have. Oh, these people don't want to swap. They don't want to this. They don't want to that. Blah, blah, blah. Everybody complains about it. I just take it for what it's worth and move on. You know, if you get a win, you get a win. If you get a loss, you get a loss. If you can win again, you know, good for you. But if you can't win, A-okay too. You know, sometimes people get disconnected on their rematches. So see, he ran a 9-4, something I'm not going to be able to run at all. And also sometimes people get up in here, they'll get that second race with you, and they'll actually win the second race. Sometimes they win it intentionally, sometimes it's by accident. But so, you know, they'll keep winning races against you, and you'll just keep losing fuel pips. So there's also that. I like to race and just race and win. I'll race as soon as the win is over, I see what RP I get, and then I'm going to the next race. If I know the person, I'll stay back and swap with them. This person, I just want to swap with them to see if they actually do swap or not. This is an example. See, he wants to swap. He's slowed down. That's what someone who actually wants to swap with you will do. They will slow down and let you get a win. That time I got 1900. So he must have got pretty good RP off of me, and he wants to go ahead and swap. So let's go ahead and let him swap. Alright, so now it's after 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap this on up. I'm gonna do this last race, which is gonna be a loss. Actually, I might do two. That way I can end with a win. Because there's no fun ending the stream with a loss. But if that's what I have to do, that's what I have to do. No major. The game's about winning and the game's about losing. You got to be able to do both in order to make it forward. Let's see. He's going to come on up and pass. Oh, he didn't pass me. Okay. I guess he waited too long to do his shift to make it forward. I was actually sure. I wasn't expecting that out of it. But hey, I'll take a win. Okay. Looks like he's not. So at that point, we're going to go ahead and wrap him up the stream. And thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for participating in the discussions in the chat. And I'll see you guys on the next race. Until we talk, have yourself a great day. Be easy. Knock it out the park. Have a good time. Peace.